recording elders and trying to document language? Yes. For starters, I've got 25 books out, and some of them are anthologies of stories by elders recorded in the language Ojibwe and with English translation. Some are monolingual in Ojibwe. We developed Rosetta Stone for Ojibwe. We've got 4 dictionaries out for the language. We have a number of immersion schools, so we've done something that hadn't been done since World War II. We're making fluent speakers out of little kids. You know, I think everyone in this room is pretty well aware that we're at a scary time where the number of, animal and plant species on planet Earth is declining. We're heading to a little bit of a bottleneck, but that is happening with human languages, bodies of knowledge, and ways of knowing too. Out of the 7,000 languages on planet Earth, there's about 100 that are widely taught at colleges and universities. And so embedded in those languages are really unique ways of looking at the world and connecting to specific parts of the world and all kinds of things. So we're giving it a go. I think realistically, looking across the US and Canada at least, you've got over 500 languages pre-contact. You've got 183 of those still spoken. There are about 20 spoken by kids. Ojibwe is one of those. And we are one that is starting to devote a lot of resources and people to its revitalization. So I think realistically you'd have to say the future vitality of Ojibwe is not certain, but it is certainly possible, and it depends on the depth and breadth of our interventions around it today. So we're going to give it a go. It'll definitely be here 100 years from now, because there's some places where everybody speaks. But as soon as you get a satellite dish into a remote community in Canada, you got SpongeBob in English. You don't even need a residential boarding school. And this, by the way, they're even worried about Swedish. Not next year, but like a few generations out. Like everyone in Sweden also speaks English. It's become, this is ironic to say, the lingua franca of business. And if you publish a book in Swedish, they buy a copy for every library in the country, and they cannot get enough people to publish in Swedish. So not this year and not next year, but a couple 100 years out, where do you end up? And it's a question. So I have hope with these things, and I, of course, devote a lot of my time to it, and I believe in that. But yes, we have to, eyes wide open. Other places, Hawaii, went from only 1,000 speakers left on planet Earth to 24,000, and you can actually go to school K-12 and even get a college degree, all with Hawaiian as the language of instruction. So they're producing more people every year. So it's possible to turn the corner, but it takes a mighty effort.